How's it going? It's Edwin Popham here. I'm the host of Ed's Take Podcast. And at Ed's Take Podcast, we talk sports, tech, and culture. And I've got a few thoughts this week about some sports. Most notably, I want to talk about the Manly Sea Eagles finally signing Keiran Foran. I'd like to talk about the Warriors game against the Panthers on Sunday. And also a new tech guy that I've discovered, the creator of the Zig programming language. His name's Andrew Kelly. I watched a video about him on YouTube, and I've got some thoughts about that too. So that's what's on the agenda for this episode. So it looks like Keiran Foran's locked up a longish-termish contract. He's going to be around until 2029 at least. It looks like Manly management have been really talking him up recently, talking about having him around for the next 20 years, which is interesting. It really can't be understated the impact that he's had on that Manly team since he arrived. They were terrible, man. They're so bad. And just having him around and his philosophy on playing the game of rugby league, his philosophy on how to prepare for the games and how to approach them, and the change in attitude that he's instilled on the players at Manly is just something for the record book, something that should be written about and taught to other coaches. I guess at that level of the game, it's not surprising because all these guys are highly skilled, highly athletic, really good at the game of rugby league. What sets coaching apart at that level is more than just skills and tactics, although those are important. You also have to have some kind of leadership skill, which Keiran obviously has, some kind of inspirational skill. He's able to inspire the players through whatever he's doing, probably through his example and through the things that he says and the way that he pushes the players. That all needs to be bottled up somewhere or written down somewhere in a coaching textbook because he's doing such a good job. All right, we probably should talk New Zealand Warriors versus the Penrith Panthers Sunday night. It was the game of the round. It was the game everyone was looking forward to. Number one versus number two on the ladder. Ivan Cleary coaching against his old assistant, Webby, and his old team, the Warriors. It had everything. I got all the family around this Sunday to watch it. I had family visiting from over in New Zealand who were keen to watch it. Shout out Uncle Anthony. We were all excited about this game. We were buzzing when it started. And to be fair, the Warriors did get off to a rather slow start considering how good they've played, but that wasn't unexpected considering who they were playing. But then through the middle part of the game, the Warriors just regained their self-belief and were playing very well against Penrith. And they also had 3 tries disallowed, which was probably the killer for the Warriors in the end, only losing by, 4 points or 6 points or whatever they lost by. Those 3 tries that were disallowed were absolute killers, and I think it hurt their morale a little bit when you cross the line 3 times like that and you don't score a try. To be fair, the Panthers also bombed a try towards the end of the game when Dylan Edwards got a breakaway at the end and then threw it forward to his winger. That was a bit of a bummer for them too, but that's not the same as bombing 3 tries like the Warriors did. So I think all in all, when all is said and done, although we lost at the end of the game, I was not upset. Like, I wasn't hugely upset about the loss. And if there is anything such as a good loss, this was it. And the Warriors could have easily won that game. Penrith could have easily lost that game. And if you're a Warriors fan, you can't be super disappointed about that loss because they were competitive through the whole game and they really could have taken that Panthers squad out. And maybe this is a good lesson to learn earlier in the season instead of learning it later in the season. It was a good measuring stick for the Warriors. They could see where they're at. They could see where their weaknesses are. They could see what they had to improve, how they need to be a bit more clinical in their finishing. But they created enough opportunities to win this game. They really did. And it's just sometimes when you have two teams which are equally good, one team's got to win. And on this occasion, it was the Panthers. On the next occasion, hopefully if they meet in the top 8 playoffs, the Warriors can come out on top. But otherwise, I wasn't too upset by the result. Some people got a bit upset about the reffing, but I don't think the reffing was that bad. It was a little bit weird telling the ref telling Fisher Harris to not trash talk Alamotti after he dropped that bomb. That was kind of funny. I mean, Fish played with those guys for years. He was just having a go. He's just giving him, just giving him a mouthful, just giving him a spray. It's part of the game, I guess. And he wasn't fighting. Alamotti wasn't like angry or like trying to fight Fish. Fish wasn't trying to fight him. They were just having a go at each other, having a bit of fun with each other, really. So that was a bit weird on the try line there. Probably didn't have to step in on that occasion, but I can see what he was doing. I guess he was trying to stop anything from festering, turning into something like an altercation, but it didn't happen. And at the end of the game, the players all were friendly with each other. They know each other well, and there was no bad feelings there from what I could see. So this is looking like it's going to be a good strategic, like a good rivalry, a good chess match, a good strategic game planning battle between Cleary and Webby. So this is gonna be it, man. Hopefully this is the sign of things to come for the Warriors. They're gonna make a deep push all the way to the final and see Penrith in the final. That would be the ideal, I think, and then win it. All right, I also promised to talk about Andrew Kelly. Now, this guy I stumbled across on a YouTube video, and it just appeared to me that I have feelings about AI, which are unusual, I guess, for a software engineer, and that I'm extremely dubious about what's going on. Maybe that's not unusual. Maybe that's the norm now. And this guy's video popped up in my feed and the thumbnail said something like he's banned AI in his company. I was like, that's interesting. So I watched the video, and this guy has some really good takes, I think. First, a bit of background. Zig is a programming language which he started creating, I think, like 10 years ago. It's got a complete tool chain that lets you compile like really efficient applications. So it's kind of in competition with Go and languages like Go, and also like Rust and C, those kind of languages, languages that are good for running close to your computer's hardware and running things really efficiently. And his particular take on it is apparently really good at managing memory in an efficient way. And so Andrew and his project, which is just him and 5 other people, I believe, in the core, he has banned AI contributions through his open source project. So when people try and make contributions to his project and he can tell that AI is being used, he'll just ban it just because he believes it's going to be slop. And also because he thinks that people that are using AI can't really understand the project as well because they haven't taken the time to learn it as well. And so he believes it becomes quite obvious when contributions come through GitHub or whatever, that him and his team can tell pretty early that this contribution was done by AI, and so they just ban it. And now that I've mentioned GitHub, I should say too that he's actually moved away from GitHub. He's gone to another service, and his rationale was that when Microsoft took over GitHub, that the service declined under their ownership, and so he's gone for something else. And obviously he's a big advocate for open source, and his main reason for that is that he believes proprietary software is always trying to sell you something, or always trying to push something And I got to agree with him there. I'm a big advocate for open source software for very much the same reason. Corporatized software just tends to have ulterior motives behind it, and just by the nature of what it is. So I thought that was really interesting and worth a watch. Search up Andrew Kelly, and you'll see his latest video there, and check it out.